Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm really excited tonight because I get to interview an absolutely amazing couple, and I am grateful for so many reasons for this amazing team of individuals who are parents. They're very busy parents with young kids, and as you can see, I am as well from the view behind me. And this couple in particular, I actually knew them before our amazing journey together in business. But it's really cool when we get to know people even more as we build a business and a team. And that's what I've been able to have the luxury of doing. I knew them before, and now I know them even better now. It's fantastic. And the reason I'd like to introduce you to this couple today is because they actually have been with me in the journey the longest. And for that, I thank them, as well as they've been the type of people that just never gave up. Some things set us back, some things stop us, some things really knock us right out of the game. But this couple in particular, even through all those obstacles and challenges, they continue to just focus on what their dreams were and not let the rest of the people around them that were negative stop them from living their dreams. And this really, I feel like it's just the beginning for you guys, and I know that you might feel the same way. But let me just introduce you to amazing Paige and Ryan McNaughton.
Hey guys.
How are you?
I'm so glad to have you guys here, and I know that seems kind of silly, and we're talking through our computer right now, but I love technology for that reason. We can actually be in each other's homes in a way and have a face-to-face conversation, and also show people, not just for them to hear your story, but to actually physically see who you are, because many people do know of you or know you, and it's even nicer to be able to see you in video as well as audio. So thanks for agreeing to do this.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Not a problem.
All right, so guys, I know that I've said it before, and many people know that you were my very first enrollment back in, oh my goodness, I think it might have been October 2009, if I'm not mistaken. That was kind of the month that I took more serious look at the business, and you so happened to see my post on Facebook and asked me about it, Paige. I know that that was kind of the beginning for you. Can you tell me back then, what had you interested to start in the first place? Was it a business idea? Because I don't think I was talking business much back then. Or was it all about the products and how they were making me have a transformation? Is that, like, what got you started?
Okay, so what I saw, it was Facebook, of course, and I was at home with Jack on my hip, and I was trying to find another way out. And I saw your posts about how great the product was making you feel. So first it started out with the product, and then I knew that there was another way, just by seeing what you were writing about this business and what it can do for you in the future. So I saw that as something that was a key that I could use towards my future, and that's what got to me, and that's what I saw. So
that's fantastic. And Ryan, I know you're sitting there beside your beautiful wife, and I just wonder, at the beginning, how did you feel about it? Were you open? Were you kind of skeptical? Were you feeling like you needed more information? How were you in that time? Because I know what my husband was like, but not every husband sees it the same way. So how were you in that journey at the beginning?
At the beginning, I was skeptical just because you always hear about online businesses that don't work, or someone posts something and said you can make money from working from home. You're believed that that doesn't work. So that was kind of my first impression was that, but she pretty much told me that we're doing this, so I just kind of agreed.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you were a willing participant, because sometimes you just have to trust your wife, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. Now, I know, Paige, like everybody watching right now, we all go through our challenges and our struggles and our moments that you kind of feel like there's a lot of bumps in the road and there's a lot of skepticism and a lot of negativity. How did that affect you early on in the business?
Well, it was the belief in myself that I lacked of at the very beginning. So it was very easy for someone else to persuade me into not doing this because it was out of my comfort zone. I wasn't, I was unfamiliar with any network marketing or anything like that to do with this business. So I just had a lot of people, family members, good friends, look at me and say, "What are you doing? Like, what is this?" And I just thought, okay, and I started questioning myself and putting myself in my own way, and that's kind of what deterred me from and halting it and pausing what I was doing and what I was capable of doing. Now that I know that, and yeah, so that kind of is what put that on pause. I didn't really have 110% belief in myself. Yeah.
Great. Well, I like that you're able to say that, because everybody has a part of them along this journey, whether it's in the beginning, somewhere years later, or even at a point where I'm at right now at 4.5 years, almost 5, where sometimes people can question, is this right for me? Is this where I belong? Is this what I want for my family and my future? And you want to align yourself with a company and a team that you feel 100% solid in that. So obviously the self-belief can be something that many people struggle with. So thanks for admitting that that was part of it. I know we all go through those things. And this is a personal growth journey. Don't you agree?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I've learned a lot through going through some hard times with this. Like, as you mentioned at the very beginning, there were a lot of bumps in the road. A lot of people looking at us like, what are you doing? And, and we were just like, no, the product speaks for itself. So that was our first, and then I just learned to get out of my own way. And I realized that I'm helping others do it, like we're actually helping others live a better life and become healthier, and we see it with our own eyes. So, and ourselves too, my own family. I mean, my kids love the shakes, and Ryan, you absolutely love the shakes because they're missing off the counter all the time. But yeah, so yeah.
That's awesome. And now, can you give anybody listening right now, because there are some people just getting started or people that are a few years into it that maybe have been product users for a while, who are now looking at the business opportunity, but they feel that I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I have what it takes. Some people think it's a sales business. Others like you and I know that it's a people business. It's a relationship business, and we're helping people find amazing things in life through our products and our comp plan. So can you just give a word of advice, either one of you or both of you, about if somebody's just questioning right now where they're at and if this is for them or not? Do you have any words of wisdom? I know you've gone through that journey yourself. Yeah. Is there a book or something self-driven in your mind that you were able to do to overcome that?
Well, I would suggest just keep pushing through. Even through your hardest times, that's where you're going to learn the most. Yeah, and John C. Maxwell, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, that was an amazing book, and I know that I learned a lot through that. There were a lot of aha moments going through that, and thank you to you for hosting that. So, yeah, I learned a lot through that, and that was just recently. So even that short period of time of going through that was amazing in itself. But just push through the hard times, because those are the times where I found that I learned so much about myself and how strong, I really was underneath everything. And just that, we're in the right place, we're in the right company, and we're healthy along the way, or a lot healthier than we were before. So, yeah.
Fantastic. And so many people maybe do have a judgment about what we do and what it is, but you're a walking example of the entire idea of health, and you're building your wealth. You're building an asset right now that will never crumble down, and that's what I love the most. And it doesn't happen overnight. So can you give even an example of how you felt maybe at the beginning, where you were like, I just want to get my products paid for, and then I can see something more. For people that are feeling like they're struggling to even get that part going, you obviously had a turning point, because something really quickly shifted after a few years of not really being sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I found the biggest turning point for us was having just that one person call us back and thank us for introducing them. I found, for me, that was a big one, because it was harder to share, but then you get that one message back from one person that's completely positive, and I think for me that changed everything.
Yeah, and also a few years down the road when we decided to continue again, it was because that belief comes back again, right? So, of course, I was skeptic for a little while at the beginning, like everyone. So I kind of get where people are at the beginning when they're asking me about this. But we just saw that it was really true, and it was working for you. You were, you know what I mean? So that's all it was. It was just that we saw everything that it was doing for you as well. So we said, you know what, this is real. Like, this is real. So, and that was a huge turning point. So we linked arms with Brianne and Chris, and we just, you know, embraced it. And I'm so glad we did because it's amazing. It's, I mean, you know, we're just 125% belief no matter what now. It's incredible.
That's awesome. And I know you actually just mentioned Brianne and Chris, and for those that don't know who they are, that's your sister Paige and her husband. And one of the things, I won't speak for them because they'll have a chance to be interviewed as well, but I do know that everybody goes through those times of being unsure. And I know personally that they weren't very open to it at first either, but they became your biggest business partners. And for those of you who are watching right now who just really want your sister or your brother or a family member to join you, it's not always going to be easy to have a family member working with you and even trying to convince them that this is the right thing to do. We don't want to convince people, but half the time our family is the hardest to ever budge out of that mindset of this is a valid business, guys, right? Yeah. And you just so happen to have people that actually saw the belief, and maybe that's partly because Brianne knows me as well. But it doesn't happen overnight. Would you agree? I mean, it takes time.
No, it took time. A lot of time. It took time, but we just kept pushing through, and we knew what, you know, that there was hope, and we're still pushing through. So, you know,
that's awesome
process. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I haven't never done this before, and I know just before I got on this live broadcast with you guys, I said, do you guys have some wine? Because if I was at your place right now, I would have brought a bottle of wine to celebrate. You guys have just gone through a really amazing week, and I have to just say, for the people viewing right now, knowing that you're my first people that ever started and linked arms with me back when, even if your belief wasn't there yet, the fact that you have gone such a distance in the last few years and changed so dramatically, and you're helping so many people, your story is just so inspirational. I was away last week on vacation, and I was completely unplugged, which was hard at first, but it was really nice to just unplug and be in nature with my family. And I get out of the park on Sunday, I think it was, and I find out through a text from your sister that I didn't get till I got in the car and got out of the zone that we were not getting any coverage. And my first text message was, Brianne said, Paige and Ryan just went Crystal Executive. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's an awesome thing. It's very hard to do. And you guys did it, and I wasn't even there to help you. And it was a long shot. Would you agree?
It was a long shot.
It was a long shot, yeah.
It was.
It absolutely was. And you guys
under pressure.
I guess so, because you had posted that a week earlier about working well under pressure when I had a reminder on there about the date, the deadline being the date that it was. And when you said that, I'm like, you go, girl, that's awesome. I don't know how.
It's not going to happen, but yeah.
Yeah, it took me 3 years. So to have a really short window of time to make it work, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to open this bottle, and when I see you next time, I'm actually going to be giving you one of these. It's I don't know if you've seen it before, but it's called the Dreaming Tree. And it's actually something from California.
Oh, nice.
And it's actually, do you guys like Dave Matthews by chance?
Yes, we do, yes. A lot.
All right. So he actually is somebody that collaborated with the winemaker to make this bottle. I just think this is such a significant message.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's the Dreaming Tree. So what do we call, our team, people call it a tree. We're on a team that has a tree type structure, right? We have branches everywhere, and our team's just growing constantly. We have a solid foundation in the company, which would be the roots, and we can dream again. Would you agree?
Love it. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I am going to open this, and I'm going to pour myself a glass, and I hope my husband will have a glass with me. I hope that when I see you next time, we can enjoy a glass together.
Yay!
Because, yeah, you have just, you've stepped it up, and you've actually hit the bar and raised that bar. Few people can do what you just did. So I'm really impressed and very excited for you because this is just the beginning. I really agree that it is. Yeah. So I hope you guys have a glass, and we'll do a toast together, or I'll do a toast for you.
Some white wine.
Yeah, if you don't drink, you know what? Maybe there's a white.
I drink red too. Yes, we drink red.
I should have had the cork out before, but I was afraid I might spill it by showing you guys. So, all right, so here we go. And like I said, I don't normally do this when I interview on the computer.
With us, you do.
Yes, this is a new thing that we're going to start doing, I think. All right, guys. So this is something I really have to just say. You have been an inspiration to me. You are creating so many choices for your family, and I know it could just stop there. But the fact is, you are impacting other families, other people who maybe have given up. And we don't know. We really don't know what people are longing for. We don't know the struggles that people are going through. Someone may be just hoping and praying that a product that can help them physically get their energy back, feel better, be able to play with their kids again, because maybe they just don't have it in them to do that anymore. Or maybe they're struggling with an illness. And we certainly don't claim to cure, prevent, treat any disease. That's not what we do. But when we get our body back into balance with some amazing products and food that we eat, that's all this is food, you are giving people so much hope in just that area alone. And then when you add the wealth creation side, you are changing lives in ways that you don't even realize the impact yet. So for that, I am so proud of you, and I'm so grateful to have you as friends and business partners. So cheers to you.
Cheers to you, too. Thank you for being such an amazing mentor.
It really is. It's a rewarding journey. So as I want to just close off here, I know you've given some tips and pointers, but do you guys have any last words of wisdom or advice or anything that you are excited about in the future? Because obviously we keep dreaming bigger. So a couple of different things there. Number one, what do you see in the future for you and your family and your team? And then the second thing we'll address is what kind of ideas or thoughts do you want to leave the audience with? So I'll let either one of you go.
You go ahead.
I would say realistically believe in the product. I think the product is awesome. It speaks for itself. For people that panic because they're not getting people right away, it'll eventually happen, and it becomes a lot easier.
And just, yeah, like just believe in yourself, and just know that it's family freedom, basically. So that's what we're looking forward to in the future for us, is just living financially free and knowing that we're going to be helping others do the same thing. That's, you know, that's huge.
Oh, it is. It is. And I just was at the grocery store tonight, and I thought, oh my goodness, I cannot imagine having to report to a boss. I just can't. Like, no matter what kind of job it is, I'm so psychologically unemployable. So to free people from that, if that's what they don't want to have, some people are quite happy to be employees or business owners in a different way. But you're really freeing people, and that's really exciting. So, and any other ideas on the future for you guys?
Well, we're going to retire you because I don't want you commuting for 2 hours of the day. It's like, oh boy, an hour in the morning and an hour back from London. So that's something that we'd like to do, hopefully in the near future. But yeah, who knows? It keeps growing. You know, our dreams keep growing with this. This makes it possible. So otherwise, yeah, it would be, you know, it'd be different.
And you've had some of your dreams already come true. I know that. It's like you said, as things continue to happen, and I know, Paige, for you and I share similar things with our teaching background. Yeah. And you're able to, you know, turn down a position at one point. I remember how exciting that was.
Yeah. That was
so I'm just so proud, and I can't wait to share this with people. And your story will continue to grow and change as we go along. And so, you know, I'm here anytime, and I know that everyone watching right now will be so inspired by you guys, and you actually, just in this interview, will be changing lives. So thanks for your time tonight, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Tara.
Good night, Bot.
Night.
Bye.